Enter the ring. Welcome to our very first official fight breakdown. Today is Tuesday, October the 8th, 2019. Myself and my brother AJ Rage are going to be breaking down the Triple G Sergiy Derevyanchenko fight that took place this past Saturday at Madison Square Garden. As you know, Triple G did actually win that title back, the IBF title back, with a unanimous decision on all three judges' scorecards. The scores were 115 to 112 twice and 114 to 113. We're just going to get right into it and start breaking it down. Once again, Enter the ring. This is our very first official fight breakdown. We're going to go ahead and start in the first round. Halfway through the first round is when the knockdown took place. I'm going to go ahead and start this here. So as we're watching, it's a typical Triple G fight. You know, he's trying to establish himself with the jab. Derevyanchenko at this moment is really kind of, maybe trying to find his range. Really not committed to anything yet. It's a first round filling out. Triple G does land a combination here.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
He does throw a few punches. That one, that right hand, and then the subsequent one that followed, both actually landed behind the head. They weren't on the temple as the announcers had initially commentated. They were both behind the head. And now, granted, no fault of Triple G's. I don't think he was intentionally throwing dirty punches, but he does have a tendency to throw those looping kind of overhand shots that do, at times, catch his opponents on the back of the head and behind the neck. For the next few rounds, I mean, it was a typical Triple G fight. I mean, he's trying to establish himself with that jab. Derevyanchenko did give him a lot of movement and a lot of quick. He would throw a punch or two at a time and then get off the line, as we call it in boxing. He would get off the line and move to an angle. Most of the time, he would be going to his right, and at times he did go to his left, which is technically, with the power Triple G possesses, most people want to stay away from his right-hand side, but Derevyanchenko actually tested him at times, and I think it might have thrown Triple G off a little bit, and at times he even backed off because he really, like, for example, that what had just happened right there. He threw a left hook to the body and circled to his right. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward to the fifth round. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward there really quick, and we're going to take a look at what I thought was a very telling round for Derevyanchenko. He actually, I thought, won this round. So let's get there really quick. You'll see he started to really go to Triple G's body, and right there is where he threw the left hook, and that really hurt Triple G to the point where he was actually falling into Harvey Dock. My brother made a good point. He thought if Harvey Dock might not have been there, who knows what would have happened. Maybe Triple G takes another step back and goes down, or maybe not. But what had caught my attention in this fight was immediately, why was Harvey Dock even interjecting himself at that moment? Why was he warning Derevyanchenko for low blows? Derevyanchenko's body punches were very well placed. They were very well placed, and nothing was low. So once again, not the best night for Harvey Dock, in my opinion. Let's fast forward a little bit to the 10th round. And like I said, for the balance of the rounds 6 through 10, it was a back and forth battle. Very hard to score the fight. Obviously, there were certain things that Derevyanchenko was doing right and certain things that Triple G was doing right. I think halfway through the fight, I think Derevyanchenko started to win the crowd over in this fight. So more people were reacting to what he was doing as opposed to what Triple G was doing. Something that was really telling in these last 3 rounds of this fight, I did notice a tendency that Triple G employed, which I had never previously seen before. He held in this fight, especially in those last few rounds. I think the work rate of Derevyanchenko really affected him. I don't think he was expecting it. And he did, at times, hold, and sometimes repeatedly, with not so much as a warning from Harvey Dock. Once again, don't want to cast too much dispersions or throw shade at Harvey Dock, but I think we all know the underlying message that I'm trying to convey here. We knew there's a lot of money right now riding in a Triple G Canelo trilogy. I don't think we're ever going to see it going forward. Triple G would do himself an injustice if he attempted to move up to the 168-pound division, because if you've got a guy like this, now granted, he does have a great work rate, but if you've got a guy like this physically who's just not an imposing figure, kind of backing you up and pushing you around and kind of making you feel the effects of being 37 years old, you have no business going to 168, where you have killers like David Benavidez there waiting and would be more than happy to accept that fight if DAZN and the PBC could get together and make a deal, which I think they would. So, like I said, you've got guys like you've got David Benavidez weighing at 168. Triple G's best option at this point is to stay in the 160-pound division. Like I said, it's going to be a long shot to get that Triple G Canelo trilogy, and I think most of that is just due to spite. I don't think Canelo wants to give him that third fight. He doesn't want to give him that payday, and I don't think it's not fear. Canelo doesn't fear anybody. He's a professional fighter. He's been in the ring almost 50 times. He doesn't fear anybody, but he doesn't want to give Triple G that payday. Where does Triple G go from here? I think in the very near future we could honestly see a Triple G versus Jaime Munguia fight at 160. Maybe not for Jaime's first fight, but I can tell you this right now. My brother and myself have both witnessed multiple hours of Munguia training, and we know the amount of wear and tear it took on his body just to be able to fight at 154. This is a fight that we can see in the very near future, 160, Jaime Munguia versus Triple G. I'm gonna reserve making a prediction at this point because I want to see how Jaime adapts to moving up to 160. But aside from that fight, which is I think the next biggest money fight for him, he's the second biggest Mexican star in and around the division next to Canelo. Speaking of Jaime Munguia, that's financially, that's the best fight for Triple G. I don't think he crosses the street and fights the Charlos, J-Rocks, Jared Hurds. I just don't think those fights are lucrative enough for him to take that risk and for both sides to work together. Jaime Munguia, like I said, they're on the same platform, DAZN. Jaime is with Zanfer Promotions / Golden Boy. They will make that fight with Triple G. They work very well with Tom Loeffler and 360 and Triple G Promotions. So that's a fight we could very well see sometime in 2020, maybe late in 2020. Maybe Jaime comes and has his first fight sometime in early spring in 2020 at that middleweight division, and then him and Triple G get together sometime in the fall. Other than that, I think we've seen Triple G's best days are a bit behind him, and that's not a shot at his talent and his toughness, but it is what it is. The prospects are running low in and around 160. Could Triple G shed another 6 pounds to go down to 154? That's a possibility. He's not a very big framed guy. They got him listed at 5'10". I've stood next to him before. He's not very big. He probably very well could make 154. If Jaime Munguia could get down to 154, maybe Triple G can. But that's kind of where I see the immediate future for Triple G. We're going to go ahead and wrap that up. That was our fight breakdown. We're going to get together later in the week, myself and my brother, and do a little bit more extensive breakdown of some other fights that took place this weekend, plus some upcoming fights for going into middle and late October. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and close it out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time on Enter the Ring.